We don't always pray out loud. Sometimes the most honest prayer we have left is a reach. For 12 years, she has prayed with appointments and invoices and rules. 12 years of treatments and suggestions. 12 years of being avoided without anyone having to say why. Money gone, strength gone, dignity leaking through the floorboards of her life. Tonight she isn't asking for a meeting or a place in line. She gives herself one sentence and puts her whole life inside it. If I touch even his garment, I will be made well. Have you ever prayed like that? No speech, just a desperate reach? Lord, if you see me at all, please let this be enough. We are there. The street is tight with bodies and dust. Jairus is pulling Jesus forward because his little girl is dying, and fear turns minutes into knives. Voices overlap. A child is lifted to a shoulder to see. A dog flashes between feet. The noise of hope becomes a crowd. She moves under the elbows and around the backs like a presence the crowd can't erase. Head down, shoulders tucked. She knows how to stand, so no one stands too close. She is within a dozen steps of him now, and we are already walking again. From behind, the tassels of his cloak swing with his steps, the fringe a son of Israel wears to remember the commandments. The moment is smaller than a breath. She reaches. For a heartbeat, the world is only cloth, skin, and a hope that refuses to wait. What happens next is not subtraction. It is collision. Power moves one way. Honor usually moves the other. In this street, they meet. The law says her bleeding makes her unclean. The community says her touch makes us unclean. But holiness is not fragile. In Jesus, holiness is not a museum piece under glass. It is a living fire that can touch you without being diminished. He feels it. Not loss, flow. He stops. The whole road runs into the stillness of him stopping. Sandals shift in the dust. Someone swallows. Jairus' breath catches because we all remember. A child is dying. Who touched my garments? 100 hands. One reached. We stare. The disciples do the math. Any of us would do. 10 dozen hands pushed at him between one corner and the next, and he wants a name for one touch? They almost laugh. You see the crowd pressing around you, and yet you say, "Who touched me?" But he is not confused. He is calling the secret out of hiding, not to embarrass her, but to adopt her in public. He keeps scanning faces with the attention of somebody who already knows. She knows. Her body knows before her mouth does. The ache that organized her days is suddenly unemployed. Pain that felt like a king has been told to pack its things. Strength stands up inside her like a window just opened to new air. She feels clean, and clean is a word she hasn't been allowed to own. But knowing you are healed is not the same as believing you are safe. To step forward means stepping into a room full of opinions. It means telling the whole truth with people listening who think they already know what kind of woman you are. She comes, trembling. Knees decide before pride does. She falls down before him and in front of friends and strangers and critics and a father watching the sun move. She tells him the whole truth. Years, doctors, money, doorways where she ate alone. The narrowness of living so small, you never bump another life and make it worse. She gives him the names of her fears and the math of her despair. Words that were never welcome in public are welcome here. He listens. He is the kind of king who can hold a father's panic in one hand and a woman's whole story in the other, without dropping either. He listens until the truth is finished. Then he answers with a word nobody has called her in years. Daughter, not woman, not formerly unclean. "Daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace and be healed of your disease." His word is not advice, it is a verdict. It rewrites 12 years in one sentence. Go in peace. Peace is not a mood here. It is legal status posted on the door of her life by the King. Be healed. Not just today, be healed. Persist in healing. Live as one, given back to herself. Truth about Jesus. Holiness is not fragile. Contact with him cleans. It does not contaminate truth about Jesus. He stops the parade to give more than a cure. He gives a name and a place. Truth about Jesus. Power went out from me does not mean he has less now. The kingdom is not a battery, it is a fountain. Truth about us. Faith is not always loud. Sometimes it is one sentence and a reach you refuse to take back. Truth about us. Telling the whole truth is part of healing. Secrets rot what they hide, but confession is oxygen. Truth about us. Your pain is not canceled by someone else's emergency. He can carry both without dropping either. We start walking again. News about Jairus' daughter arrives like a door slamming. Do not trouble the teacher any further. Jesus answers with a sentence that has held people together for 2,000 years. Do not fear, only believe. The street breathes again. The story moves on. But daughter hangs in the air like a bell still ringing. What do we do with this when our crowds are inboxes and our dust is made of 100 small worries? Step 1. Tell yourself the sentence. Before you talk to the world, preach to your own soul. Write it where your hand will find it. If I can only touch him. Give your heart something simple and stubborn to hold. Step 2. Reach through the crowd. There will always be reasons to wait. People in front of you, a schedule, a voice saying, not today. Refuse delay. Put your hand on your chest, right now if you can, and whisper, Jesus, I'm touching you now. Do not wait for quiet. Touch him in the noise. Step 3. Bring him the whole truth. When he stops your day to look at you, don't minimize. Name the 12-year parts. Name the costs. Name the humiliations you made smaller so people wouldn't be uncomfortable. He's not uncomfortable with you. Honesty here is not rudeness. It is worship. Step 4. Hear your new name. Take his word personally. Say it out loud even if your voice breaks. He calls me daughter. He calls me son. He calls me clean. Do not argue with the verdict the King has spoken. Let your mouth agree with heaven until your body believes what heaven already believes. Step 5. Walk in the peace you were given. Peace is not fragile. When anxiety argues back, answer with his sentence. He told me to go in peace. Choose behaviors that match peace. Slower breath, slower speech, gentler steps. Put space between your alarm and your first frantic thought. Let his verdict lead your pace. Step 6. Touch others without fear. The old fear says, if I get near messy people, I'll be polluted. Jesus moves the other way. Holy love goes toward need and makes people clean. Ask today, whose shoulder can I steady? Whose shame can I refuse to amplify? Your touch can become the place where someone else hears daughter or son for the first time. Step 7. Practice reach prayers. Not every prayer needs paragraphs. Some days you need 3 words. Jesus, see me. Some days you need one move, hand to tassel, heart to Christ. Let your day be full of small reaches. At the sink, at the red light, in the hallway before a hard conversation. Train your hands to remember what your heart forgets. Step 8. Tell your truth to someone safe. Healing grows stronger when it is carried by witnesses. Find one trusted friend or pastor and say out loud what Jesus already heard in the street Secrets lose power when they enter the light. We thought holiness was breakable. We were wrong. Holiness broke into us. We thought faith was a volume level. We were wrong. Faith is a direction. Forward, through the crowd, with one hand out. We thought God only moved for the loudest voice in the room. We were wrong. He turned for the quietest reach in the street. He still turns. He still asks, "Who touched me?" Not because he doesn't know, but because he wants you to know that he knows. He wants you out of hiding and standing where mercy can name you. Maybe your sentence tonight is bare and shaking. If I can only touch him. Maybe your prayer is the 2 a.m. kind that doesn't sound holy at all. Lord, don't you care? Do you even see me? He does. He stops for people like you. He stops for people like me. He calls us something we forgot we were allowed to be called. And when he says it, the street changes. Jesus, we are the ones who have run out of money and courage. We are the ones who are tired of being the problem in the room. We reach for you now. No speeches, just a reach. Stop our road and see us. Let power flow without making you less and making us whole. Give us courage to tell you the whole truth and to hear your verdict over us. Daughter, son, clean. Teach us to go in peace and to carry that peace into other people's storms. Make our hands safe places again. Amen. Walk with us next time. Another street, another touch. The same mercy and authority. If your heart reached while we spoke, type "I'm reaching" in the comments. We'll pray your sentence with you. And if this met you in the middle of your day, share it with one person who needs to hear a new name.